Have you ever been ghosted? You know, you get one of those inquiries that's your most ideal client ever. You respond immediately. It's the dream couple. They've been following you since you were like 12 and you're the only person for them, and you respond right away. And then nothing. Today, I want to confront this problem, and I want to show you one thing that statistically Jess and I do that I would argue is responsible for about 50% of the wedding inquiries we book from the inquiries we get. But before we dive into this, if you are wanting more ways to book weddings and more ways to generate income with what you already have, I want to give you something. I made a completely free workshop for you. It's linked below in the description. Just click on that, and it is my 5 ways to make more money without needing to raise your prices. Now, I'm all about raising your prices, charging what you're worth, but I also know that sometimes you just need to start generating more income with what you do have. And that's why I made this workshop for you. It's 5 things that changed our business, and I just want to share them with you. So if you want that, click the link below and you can grab that for you for free. Just check it out. I promise it'll be worth your time. So now let's dive into something that seems so simple and is so simple, yet it is one of the most forgotten and underestimated things, I'd argue, in our industry as wedding photographers, as portrait photographers. And are you ready? The one thing: following up with your leads. Following up with your leads is not sexy, but it is absurdly effective. And I dare even say it's our responsibility to follow up with our leads. If our goal as creatives is to love and serve our clients better, then we must follow up. And here's why I used to not follow up with my leads. First, I used to think that if they really, really wanted me, they would respond to my first email, right? If they were serious, they'd respond to me. I used to think that the first email was enough. And fortunately, sometimes it is. But how many times have you written off a potential bride, groom, senior, a client, a shoot, just because they never responded to your first email? The second point, and this is a big one, pride. The biggest thing that stopped me was my own pride of getting in the way, telling me that no, you're too good to follow up. If they really wanted me, they should have responded, right? What a move on my part. What an absurd thought. How many emails have I not responded to myself that I should have? How many emails that I was excited to get a response from that I just missed and forgot to follow up on? I'm guilty of that. I mean, hundreds of emails I've never followed up with because it slipped my mind. It went into a different folder. Some reason I was traveling, family emergency, and I just wrote off everyone else as I was too good. And then I got an inquiry that I was not going to give up on. Destination wedding, dream couple, everything lined up. It was perfect. And I decided there's no way I'm letting this one go. And I followed up, nothing. I followed up again and again and again. And finally, after 4 emails and 2 weeks later, I got an email back. It started with, "I am so sorry for the lack of responses." They had to explain to me how overwhelmed with wedding planning they were. A family emergency happened right in the middle of it. And then they began to thank me for my consistency in following up with my emails. Then I had a terrifying thought. After my celebration, of course, how many weddings did I give up just because I wouldn't send a follow-up email? So that all changed right then and there, and I'm happy to report to you that 50% of the weddings we book are all from follow-ups. That is remarkable, and it's so easy. Now I want to teach you my system for follow-up emails. It's super easy, and we have 4. We have a series of 4 emails and a text message, which I'll explain to you, that we send out. Number 1, the very first email is the response. You know, it's the first email we send when we get an inquiry. Obviously, it should be right away. And a huge thing I want you to remember is timing matters. A lot of people in our industry preach about not letting email run your life, and I agree. I 100% agree. I can't stress that enough. But there are so many softwares that make it either 100% automated, or with 2 clicks, you can respond to an inquiry without having to write a thing and make it personable. And the reason I say timing matters is because I'm teaching this. I teach this to people all over. Whenever they ask me something to book more weddings, this is one of my key things. And as much as we would like to think that every single inquiry is 100% in love with us already, that we're the only photographer they're looking at, that it's us, we're the only ones, realistically, that's not true every time. Realistically, they're sending 2, 3, maybe 4 inquiries at a time. And this is why timing matters. While someone else is taking 24 hours to respond, it takes me 15 minutes or less on average. And sometimes the first to get there wins. So send your first response. It should include a link to your prices, more about you, a call to action as in when and where you should meet, or a button to click that sets up a meeting with you. The second follow-up goes out 24 hours after the first response. This one is essentially a modified version of the first one. It says hello, expresses your excitement again. It explains, I know life gets busy, so I just wanted to send you a follow-up, and then include your prices, the call to action, all those things. The third email we send 1 week after the original inquiry. So if it came in on Monday at noon, it goes out the next Monday at noon. This email, we keep it pretty short and sweet. Hey there, checking in, haven't heard from you, would love to schedule a time to meet. Here's how to do that. And the fourth and final email is 2 weeks after the original inquiry. So if it came in on Monday, 2 Mondays later with no response, this email goes out, and it's pretty straightforward. Ours basically says, hello, so-and-so, haven't heard from you yet. I'm assuming you've gone in a different direction. This will be the last email you receive from us. If you're still interested, please let us know. Best, James and Jess. And before you ask, in this workshop below that I've linked, it's the 5 ways to make more money without needing to raise your prices. And following up is one of those points. And if you click that button and watch that workshop, I'll also send you an email with all 4 of these emails. Our templates, the exact words we use, please take them and use them because they work, and I want you to be successful with your follow-up. So click that link, watch that workshop, and I'll send you that email with these templates. And the bonus one is the text message, right? I said we also send a text message. So in the inquiry form, we require their phone number. And as soon as I send my initial inquiry response, if it's not like midnight, I'll send them a text that just says, congratulations, this is James from James and Jess. We just received your inquiry. I just want to let you know we're so excited to meet you and sent over a response. Talk soon. That alone has been a game changer. Because here's the deal. One time we had a bride, she got locked out of her email address. They had made like a joint wedding email address, and she sent all these emails, and I responded, and she got locked out of it. Something happened, so I sent her a text, and she said, oh my gosh, thank you so much for this text. I got locked out of my email. And at that point, I was the only vendor that got a hold of her because I had a second avenue to communicate with her with. So my advice to you is when you send your first email, also send a text, short and sweet, who you are, that you thank them for their inquiry, and then tell them you sent over a response. That's just that little, maybe they logged off email for the day, maybe it went into a spam folder for some reason, or a promotions folder, or whatever folder their email is set up with, and send a text message, because that's that certain way. If they didn't see the email, I know they got this text message, and usually with that combo, I will get way more first responses than having to even send a second follow-up. But that being said, I booked one of my dream weddings on a 4th follow-up. We flew to Italy for this wedding because I followed up 4 times and life got busy and things finally clicked. So don't give up. Don't worry about being ghosted. Don't let that pride get in the way. Send those follow-ups. And like I said, my gift to you, if you click the link below, I created a free workshop because these 5 things completely changed our business, and I want to teach them to you. Click that link. It's a workshop that is our 5 ways to make more money without needing to raise your prices. And inside that link will be the email templates for you. Take them, copy and paste them. Obviously put your own name and your business branding on it, but please use them because they work, and I want to see you succeed in this. And until the next time, have an absolutely amazing day. Wishing you well and the very best. I will see you in the next video.